Welcome to In the Spotlight. I'm your host, Amy Scruggs, and it is an honor for me today to get to sit down here with Wendy and Hillary. They are the founders of Boss Talks. You may be asking what that is, but we're going to find out all about it. And they are empowering women, female entrepreneurs that are making a difference in our world, especially in our nations and our businesses. And we're going to hear all about that today. Wendy, Hillary, thank you so much for being with me.
Oh, we're so excited to be here, Amy. Thank you so much.
And this is a great, unusual event for me as well, that we're all on the same time zone. You guys are in Los Angeles, I'm in San Diego. So this actually is 10 o'clock Pacific time right now.
Yes, it is. We operate in many
Well, thank you for joining. I want to... Exactly. I want to kick it off with your background. Both of you have incredible, outstanding backgrounds as leaders yourselves. And I want to hear from both of you. Wendy, I'd love to start with you to what led you to where we are today.
Sure, absolutely. Well, we're so thrilled to join you. And the beginnings that Hillary and I have are very influential to what we're doing right now. I started out my professional career as a practicing attorney. I was in employment law, so I was very well versed in issues that impacted women and minorities, and I myself found it very difficult in a male dominated industry to be able to ascend into leadership and have those mentors available to me for that guidance and along my journey. I didn't find it so easy. Women who were, the few women that were in those positions were were not extremely helpful they seemed more, interested in just kind of putting you, whether it was conscious or unconscious, putting you through the same difficult time that they themselves dealt with, rather than making it easier.
That is a painful story and testimony that so many women tell. Sorry to interrupt, but it strikes me to the heart because we hear it so much. Please continue. Yes,
absolutely. There were many men that helped to shape my career and my development. But it would have really been, something for, a woman to be able to be in a position to do that, because I really feel that we have different leadership styles than men do. And organizations that tend to be led by men reward certain leadership styles that are more akin to men. I'm not going to, stereotype or generalize, but it's generally true. And to basically recognize those leadership styles as something that resonates with a team. And it also, helps the business to be profitable. Because it makes the company stronger. It makes collaboration, evident, and effectiveness. And so, in any event, I probably a little off topic, but it was a pretty rigorous career, 80-hour work weeks. I decided that I wanted to have more balance in my life, and I transferred into a 9-to-5 corporate position with an major insurance carrier. And from there, I just started my 20-year career in the insurance industry and working my way up. And, just really facing the same types of issues. And, as I worked my way up, I always have made a promise to be that mentor for women entering the industry. I fast forward to, 2017, I just started, realizing, is this something that I'm just challenging myself to do and to excel at, or is this something that I really want to do the rest of my life? I really was thinking about kind of breaking out and starting my own business. But I really didn't have the network. All of my network was corporate. I didn't really have a network of women entrepreneurs that I could lean on, that I could ask for guidance and ask questions. I just didn't feel very well prepared and confident in making that move.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I met Hillary a year later in 2018 and saw what she was doing. And I know she's going to go into exactly what she was doing, but it was just, she was of the same mindset as I was, the same experience, except on the entrepreneurial side. And she was really making a difference in helping women to connect with each other and to opportunity, real opportunity, and creating a community where women, their only agenda is to help other women. And I saw the successes that were coming out of that. And it was just truly astounding. And I decided that it was time for me to join her in taking what she had created locally to make it global.
So you guys created an explosive collaboration. Hillary, share with us what led you to meeting Wendy.
Yeah, so I'm a master connector. My mother taught me how to do it. My father taught me how to do it at a very young age, at 15. And I love helping other people. I love connecting them to opportunity, like Wendy said. And I have a very similar story, but on the entrepreneurial side as Wendy, is that I didn't have any female mentors who would, pass me the mic or send the elevator back down. And like Wendy said, women just do business differently. There's a different leadership style. And so I did turn to men, and I had great male mentors, but I think that my first business would have been in a very different situation if I had had the female mentors, because I actually got burned out because of the grind, I guess you could say. And so because I'm a master connector and I love helping others, I was like, well, what could I do to show women what it's like to be an entrepreneur? So I created a blog called Stiletto Gal, and it had nothing to do with shoes. It had to do with the confidence that I felt when I wore a pair of shoes. So I've always been known for the shoes that I wore. And even my clients were commenting on it. And one day it just came to me, and I just wanted to create something. I didn't know what it was, but I did a blog. And it was all about walking a mile in my shoes every single day, as what it's like to be an entrepreneur and everything that I go through. And then every Thursday I did walk a mile in her shoes. So I was featuring another woman in business. Fast forward to 2014, I had a friend of mine who was working as a membership director at a private club. And she said, you need your own speaker series. You're incredibly inspiring. You need to do this. And so I created Secrets of Successful Women Entrepreneurs here in Los Angeles. And we obviously rebranded to Boss Talks, and that's what Boss Talks is today. We did it for 6 years, and some amazing things happened. Women did find their first round of funding because of the speaker, as well as the women that were in the audience, and women just want to help each other. So did that for 6 years. And then my dad died in 2019. So almost 2 years now. And I am an only child. And so I felt, I just thought that I wanted him to continue to be proud of me. And so it was like, either go big or go home. And there were so many great things that have happened. And the women, every time they came to an event, they were like, oh my gosh, I met the greatest person. Thank you so much. I love the atmosphere and the energy. And I was like, how could this go bigger? I need this to go global. I need to help more women. And, our overall mission is to increase the economic footprint of women globally. And and I feel that is my why.
Well, it's just outstanding. I was able to come in touch with both of you through Boss Talks, and I was so grateful I was introduced. And once I saw this platform, I said, wow, they get it. Because there's so many of us women, we're not new in our careers. We're all 20 plus into our careers. We've been through the grind. We have dealt with, not being able to fully climb that ladder or raise up into leadership with other men in different positions. And it's what happens. And we need to have the conversation more. I think this is a conversation, thankfully, you guys have brought to the table to keep continuing. But we really get it. And we've also had those seasons where other women aren't supporting us. And it's a very lonely, isolating feeling where we can get stuck and overwhelmed, 80-hour work weeks and just grinding. So you guys have come together and put together this platform. And I want to talk now more about the other entrepreneurs and the women that you have in this platform. I know you touched on a little bit about how there's even been women able to tap into investments and fundraising. What other success stories have you seen coming from this network in the last years?
You want to take that?
Yeah, no, I'll kick off. I'm sure that Hillary has other stories too, but it's really, there were, since we've initially launched in January of last year, and it was a live platform, a live event platform. And obviously with COVID, we had to make, quite a pivot to online, as most other organizations did in March. And and through that whole process and gaining, members of our organization, there a lot of them were in industries that were severely impacted, by the pandemic. And also the pandemic obviously gave us all a sense of isolation that I don't think we've really ever felt before in our lives.
Right.
That just adds to the isolation that entrepreneurs tend to feel in general.
Sure.
So our community came in for these women as a way to stay connected with other women, other opportunities. And, one of the stories that I'd love to tell is one of our members who was a hair and makeup artist. Her business was severely impacted. She was out of work. She was unable to find it. And she, joined our network, and through that, she had met another member who runs a platform that supports women in music. And she needed to have a hair, she sort of talked to her through, like the chats. Our chats are very active during our events, by the way, and people really kind of get to know each other and share information about themselves. So they were able to connect with one another through that. And they were able to work together. The woman who owns the platform was, needed someone to do her hair and makeup for a photo shoot, which this other member did it for her. It's incredible, by the way. She's an incredible makeup artist, and she's incredible with hair.
We all appreciate that.
Yes.
Totally. Well, believe me, we're going to be hiring her for, to get us ready next month for our event. But it was from there that, she got connected to other, women musicians who were going on tour, and they needed to have a hair and makeup artist. So they ended up hiring, her for hair and makeup, and it just kind of snowballed from there. We also provided her with, trainings that helped her put a structure in place for her own business. And so she's tremendously busy now.
Yeah.
With more than enough work. She doesn't even know what to do with. So
that's fantastic.
It's definitely
what a great
one
testimony.
of the stories that has really truly made a difference in somebody's career and in someone's life.
Wow. Hillary, share with me about the different cities. And, we've got women from around the nation, but you also have this broken down into cities. Talk about how that allows us to kind of really, hyper-specific find each other.
Well, like I said, our overall mission is to increase the economic footprint of women globally. And how do you do that? You create communities in the largest cities across the country and the world. And so that's kind of how we do it. And we pick some really incredible women who are leaders in their own right, but want to help other women. And every single woman that we have, that's all they want to do, is they want to help uplift women. And so they are hosting their own events. They're connecting with the women. We have our Dallas chapter she goes on coffee dates with them. I mean, she's almost 9 months pregnant, and she's like going on coffee dates with them and getting to know them. And then we just
That's what women do.
Yes, exactly. Well, right. Exactly. Women do that. And she gets to know them. And so all of our chapters are very different. We have 11 of them. We're launching our San Francisco Bay chapter next week, actually on May 6th. And then we're launching Nashville in July.
I love it. I will be in Nashville shortly, and that's fantastic. Maybe I can be in a couple chapters.
Yes, absolutely.
It would be wonderful. I've been very impressed with the professionals that I'm seeing in this organization, bosstalks.com. Everybody needs to go and check this out and join, become a member, and get engaged with incredible women. You guys have an awesome event coming up in May. Let's talk about what it is we're doing May 16th.
Yes, yes. Wendy, go ahead and tell everybody about this incredible event that we're doing.
Sure. Well, this was kind of, the epitome of female collaboration. We teamed up. We were introduced to another organization called the Modern Day Wife, who it's an organization similar to ours, but they cover more than just business. They cover fashion, lifestyle, relationships. So basically how to be able to successfully manage and balance everything in your life, and basically to be the top of your basically be the leader in your own life. Whereas we focus mainly on business. So we decided that we were going to team up to create this all-day summit that's full of tutorials and panels and fireside chats with incredible women, entrepreneurs, corporate leaders, celebrities, in a full day, action-packed, like fast-paced segments where they're designed to teach you the most amount of information that you can use right away in a small amount of time, which we all can appreciate.
Yes.
But this is going to be that we have over 20 speakers. We have, and we have, headlining or featured in the event. We have Garcelle Beauvais of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, who has several businesses herself. So she's going to be opening. We have a morning workout. We have health segments. We have business segments on, how to streamline your business, social media marketing, branding, how to basically, strategies at scale, getting past your first six figures. We have incredible keynotes with Dr. Sheila Nazarian. Four keynotes. Dr. Sheila Nazarian, who is a plastic surgeon here in Beverly Hills and also is the star of the Netflix series Skin Decision. We have Rachel Katz, who is a celebrity jewelry designer. She's her designs have, and she's also a close personal friend. Her designs have been, featured by Jennifer Lawrence, Jennifer Lopez, Michelle Obama. So her designs have been worn by some of the most remarkable women. And we also have Tracy Holland of Hatch Beauty, who is a self-made, incredible businesswoman. And we have, as well as, so we got Sheila, we've got
Julie Wong, the CEO of Olaplex.
Last but not least, certainly Julie Wong, who is the CEO of Olaplex. She will be I'll be interviewing and having a nice chat with her on her journey and some inspiring tips from her, business wise. So it's just going to be an incredible event. We have a VIP experience that they can take advantage of. It includes an amazing box full of products from female founded companies. And these products are incredible. It's over $300 worth of products, including beauty products, fashion products,
food,
products, planner, food.
We love it. Everything we love.
Need for this event. It's going to keep you entertained the whole time. Yes. And that includes a private VIP networking session with Dr. Sheila Nazarian. There's only 100 of these available, so it's only $140, and that's your ticket for the entire day. That is the box that will be delivered to your door before the event, as well as your private VIP networking session with Sheila Nazarian. So it's a huge bargain.
Absolutely incredible. Where can everybody go and get tickets for this event? Is it at bosstalks.com?
You can go to our Instagram at Boss Talks Network and click on the link in our bio, and you can grab your tickets there. Yes.
This is so powerful. And I have to share with you because I've been seeing so many great events, of course, coming up online. We see all the different events and big, multi-speaker events coming up. And I've been noticing and actually feeling like the hair on the back of my neck go up as I look at these events, and it's like, man, just all male speakers. And you'll maybe see a token woman thrown in on these platforms. And I'm done with the narrative. We need to see things like this happening. What you guys have put together to empower women, give them the platform, a place to speak, a place to get information and engage and get questions answered. I know for myself, for all of you watching this, I am a part of this network, and I am so grateful because as an entrepreneur, I have been pushing that stone uphill as well for 20 plus years. And when I go into the network and I check in and I see the chat and the engagement in here, I don't feel so alone. And I'm sure that I'm speaking on behalf of all of your other members and everybody else on that platform. When we go in, we don't feel so alone. There is finally a place that we understand each other and what this journey has been, and we can all help and support. And you guys have put together such an incredible platform for that. Thank you for empowering women globally.
Thank you. Thank
to
you.
have a voice, to have connection, to have opportunity, to have possibility, and to have hope back in our business, and maybe actually start seeing some of that work-life balance that we've all been dreaming of, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
I encourage everybody, go on now, get your tickets for this event before those VIPs are sold out. Check it out, The Modern Day Boss. This is for every woman who needs to have that challenge and that hope and that purpose put back in their business. Join us on that. BossTalks.com. Hillary, Wendy, you two are amazing. Thank you so much for sharing today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you, Amy.